This motherfucker is not going to the Pelicans. This is the, I started thinking about it because I was like, well, if he doesn't want to go, what can he do? You know, I thought about it. Okay, so let's think about this. Eli Manning, he was drafted by the San Diego Chargers. Now, some people don't know that. Some people do. What you all know him as is Eli Manning, two-time Super Bowl winning New York Giants quarterback. You know, the one that he's a Giants legend, but he can't see that his time has been up for over a decade. Okay? But he was drafted by the San Diego Chargers. He publicly stated when he got drafted, it was like 2005, that, and his dad backed him up, Archie Manning. Oh, Archie. And if you don't know who Archie is, then you don't know the power of Archie. Oh, shit. The power of Archie. Archie Manning. He's a Saints legend. Maybe I'm using, well, he's a legend. They call him a legend. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm not looking it up because I don't fuck with him like that. I don't really care. But he's a legend because he got 20,000 yards and he never won anything for 10 years. 10 years he played for the New Orleans Saints and he won nothing. He has more interceptions than he has touchdowns. He was, gosh, less than mediocre. Like, even a mediocre quarterback could get more yards and maybe do a little more than that. He was very unmediocre. I mean, that's why, like, really, no one really cared about the Saints until Drew Brees and them, like, started winning. But they weren't winning before then. They were a laughingstock. They were a joke. And who was there? Archie Manning. Ooh. And, of course, Eli's dad, he's also Peyton Manning's dad. So, of course, yeah, he grew two Super Bowl winning sons. But 20,000 yards in 10 years, dog? That's like, what, 2,000 yards a season? That's not good. That's awful. And he has like 107. I was reading it was like 179 interceptions to like 140 touchdowns. He got more interceptions than touchdowns. I mean, and again, he wasn't good. He doesn't have like any, I don't understand why he has, but it's the power of Archie. Or is that white privilege? I'm not trying to be that guy, but I mean, how else do you explain him still being on that team? A black quarterback could have been there, or any other really any quarterback. 20,000 yards, that's pathetic. But it's the power of Archie. You feel me? Nah, but for some reason, you know, he got mad pulling NFL in the front offices type shit. I mean, like, because again, Eli Manning, he said he didn't want to play for, he wasn't playing for the San Diego Chargers. He didn't want to play for them. He got drafted by them. I mean, obviously, we see where they at now. They still got Phillip Rivers. So, I mean, I feel like, yeah, he hasn't won 2 Super Bowls, but he's still playing at a high level, unlike Eli. So, and he has a chance. I mean, they're not going to win a Super Bowl, but, you know, they have a chance. And I guess Super Bowls matter. But, like, dog, where you give a mouse a cookie, that bitch will want a whole motherfucking glass of milk. Y'all gave Eli 2 fucking Super Bowls, and his ass said he's staying, bro. But it's like, I just find it funny, like, the 2 biggest teams in New York, they've gotten screwed over this year and within like a couple months. And I mean, like, the Mannings are kind of evolved either indirectly or directly with both of these, and they both came from Duke. That's not a coincidence. I mean, come on, I can't make that type of shit up. I mean, is it really a coincidence that, like, out of all the quarterbacks and players that could have been drafted, especially like being like, you know, that they're drafting a backup for Eli Manning, at least someone for him, maybe not to groom, but to take over once he leaves. And the new heir to the New York Giants, the new quarterback that they drafted with, like, what was it, the number 4th pick? Again, a great pick for the NFL. They drafted, Eli's probably going to retire in like 6 years because he doesn't know when to leave. But this kid, Daniel Jones, I didn't know this, but he went to the fucking, he went to the Manning's football camps in New Orleans. And he also was coached at Duke by the guy who coached both Peyton and Eli. That's the power of Archie, motherfucker. Or is it white privilege? I think they go hand in hand. The power of Archie. But now think about it. Okay, Kobe Bryant. Kobe was drafted by the Hornets. Yeah, not the Lakers. Ooh, is that Archie? Come on, think about it. Ernie Davis. I mean, okay, if you've seen, he was back in the, like, 62. There's a movie about him called The Express. It's really good. He's a football player. He held out, but it was different because, like, he'd say he wasn't going to play for the team because, like, how openly racist, like, the owner was. But also, you know, he flexed his guns and he sat out and he got traded to the Browns. He was going to get drafted by the Redskins, but he didn't want to play for that team. It doesn't matter what his reason was, even though it was for a much that's my thing. It was for a much thicker reason. Maybe I shouldn't say thicker, but it was a much bigger and tougher decision because it was for like something that shit he could have gotten killed for back then. Like saying shit like that, and then like open like being the negative refuse to do what they say. That's something. Kiki Vanderway. I know, man. Maybe y'all don't know him, but y'all heard his name before. He flexed his gun. Steve Francis. I think he got drafted by Vancouver and was like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to Toronto." This is before they were the Toronto Raptors. They were the Vancouver Grizzlies, and he went to the Rockets instead. The Hawks. I forgot who they got Dominique Wilkins from, but he didn't want to play for his original team. And before he got drafted, or before he actually played his rookie year, they signed him to the Hawks. Bo Jackson, Jim Kelly, John Elway. I mean, these are not small names. These are all champions or all stars. Like, these are all players that we know. And Zion has that stamp on him, yo. And he has high expectations. You feel me? So, I mean, I say all this to say he doesn't have, if he doesn't want to play for the New Orleans Pelicans, which I wouldn't, and I understand, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to because also he doesn't have an agent. He doesn't have a manager. He doesn't have any endorse, he doesn't have anything. So he's still eligible to play college basketball. He hasn't left yet. He can return for another year at Duke. I wouldn't do that, but he could. He can also go overseas to play, or he can just sit out a year. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to play this season. You feel me? He doesn't. So, I mean, I don't know.